Hey there! This time on WorldWideWhat, I'm in Ghana researching the so-called fast fashion crisis, and I had no idea what I'd find.
Check on one place where fast fashion ends up. It's right here in Accra, Ghana.
But there is so much more to this story. Ghana is also a vintage paradise where business is buzzing. And a hell lot of people live and breathe second-hand clothes here.
Crazy experience. 95.
Come along to West Africa's Ghana and join me for this very first episode on this channel. So, we traveled to this beautiful metropolis Accra, where an estimated 2.7 million people live. But it is all about the trade that goes down here, especially on West Africa's biggest vintage market, Kantamanto. With me today,
Our secretary is still there, Moritz. We're waiting for our guy to meet him somewhere.
Not far from the cocoa board.
well, I should say guide, because Elisha knows Kantamanto like the back of his hand. Here's a local fashion designer and upcycling activist and will take me through this. Right on to the vintage paradise.
Such a busy market here. God. Is that the normal madness here?
Oh yeah. On Wednesdays is really
And Kantamanto is a sensation in itself. Urban street art, what we spot here, and a gigantic marketplace with around 30,000 retailers. By far the largest market in the region for textiles and everything you can wear.
Hi, how's it going?
And already a long-time favorite place of Elisha's.
my mom brought me here like 10 years ago. When I came here, I saw like so many clothes and blankets and a whole lot of stuff. And I was like, wow, I can utilize this to do something.
And this is exactly how he does it. Elisha is here every week, sometimes even several times, always looking for the top thrift pieces for his designs. The clothes are almost all imported from industrialized nations, and Kantamanto has it all. You only need to be able to find the pieces you wish for, or you'll get t-shirts from Europe like me.
But how would you even start to pick shops that you like? Because I just saw so many.
With time, when I'm passing through, you see, the clothes they hang up there shows the stuff they sell.
Ah, this is the indication here.
Yeah, you see the stuff hanging there. When you see it, you know the kind of stuff the person has.
Yeah.
So I check it out. If it's cool, next time I'll keep buying from it. But if it's not, I'll not go there again.
Yeah.
Huh, if it was that easy. Kantamanto, this is rows and rows and rows of vendors selling their stuff. The market is huge, a small world and a big community with its own laws and customs.
What's happening over there?
It's a procession. Yeah.
The procession that passes honors a deceased trader and raises money for her funeral, they tell me. And this is all going down while Elisha shows me some pieces at Dorca's place he really liked.
These are like jackets, and I mean, with the hoodie on, there are stuff that I can work with. There are stuff that I can upcycle into something else. Maybe add some other fabrics to it. Like this one is plain, so I can
It's
add.
super nice, this one, eh?
Yeah, so I can add some African prints or something in to just spice it up and make it look new.
Dorcas has been at the market for 30 years, she tells me, lives on the imported clothes and sells them at her stand.
China.
The clothes come from China, Canada, Holland and Korea. But more and more goods are of poor quality. and not even usable for Ghana's people, she says. At first, the items used to be of high quality, but that is not the case at the moment. When you open the bales, you would only be lucky to get enough good clothing. Often, you would run at a loss. Things like winter clothes and stuff like this that doesn't match the taste here will never be sold in Ghana and often ends up in the garbage. And there are the clothes that are damaged beforehand, says Michael, who is a trader himself.
Yeah, it is.
And that's how it arrives here.
Yeah. It came in the bill just like this, you know. It was inside the bill.
So it's just trash.
Yeah, just like that.
When you get a bale, how many % can you actually use?
Oh, maybe out of 100, let's take it like 90 or 85%, yeah.
You can use?
Yeah.
So there's 15% trash in each bale?
Yeah. There's no bill without a trash.
NGOs estimate that significantly more waste, say around 40%, cannot be processed further. With an estimated 15 million pieces of clothing arriving every week, that's an enormous amount of waste. Our local colleague Isaac shows me where the garbage often ends up, just a few minutes drive from the market in Accra. We are at the infamous illegal dump in the Akboloshi neighborhood, once dubbed Sodom and Gomorrah by locals and even government officials because of the ecological catastrophe, crime and poverty.
So this is Akboloshi here, but that was cleared.
I mean, this place used to be a place for the electronic waste that Ghana was really known for. This whole site was used to be that place. You can see that it's empty because it's been cleared. It means that effort is being made to actually deal with the issue of electronic waste in Ghana. So this place won't be the hub as you see anymore.
Yeah.
You can still see some remnants of people still extracting.
So that was how it was back in the days, everything filled with...
It was worse than, so you can say even 100 times of what you're seeing.
100 times?
Yes.
In 2021, the huge e-waste dump was cleared. Also because of the international pressure and the many reports about this place, but the problem was only shifted and many people were robbed of their livelihood at the time, says Isaac. Burners and recyclers continue to work here, and after e-waste, another problem now comes to the forefront with fashion waste.
You can make art out of it. But how is the textile, the clothing ending up here?
Okay, so this is not far from the biggest market, which is Kantamanto.
Yeah.
And so, when it's swept and some of the clothing have been left there and they ought to be discarded, the closest huge dump site is here.
The textile waste from the market is the largest combined waste stream in Accra, according to the authorities, and too often ends up in illegal dumps like this. In short, it is a huge problem for the community here.
Sometimes they bring them and they are mixed with the dresses.
Yeah.
And because there's no use for this, they have to dump it.
Crazy.
I want to go and see Old Fadama, the slum where people have been living with and off the garbage for years. But because of the river, we can't get any further here for the time being.
Either walk or we'll drive to the other side. We'll be lucky that some of them will want to talk. Because again,
we'll just try it.
Isaac is cautious and doesn't want to put us in danger because the work of the recyclers is still illegal. And since the eviction, film crews are often chased away because publicity disrupts business.
How many people depend on these business?
Thousands of people. You have people who
only here in this neighborhood.
In just that neighborhood, thousands of people. And of course, some of them have families they were taken care of. Some have come all the way from the north of the country. So it was a big business. If Akboloshi was the biggest e-waste hub in West Africa, it tells you how it is. Some of those working there are foreigners. They are not even. Some of them are not Ghanaian. So it was a big business. Yeah.
We approach Old Fadama from a different side. The settlement, which has been developing here since the 1980s, is located directly on the Odar River, which flows into the sea from here. The combination of waste from the industries along the river, e-waste recycling and the people who live here made the lagoon one of the most polluted places in the world.
This is not all fast fashion waste. So this problem that you see here, the exotic nature of the waste, how it's piled up, that will look good for people. People will wonder, wow, is this really real? It's purely about planning, city planning, and how waste is managed in the city. If we didn't have the fast fashion waste, obviously maybe we'll have a little, we can tone down on the waste as we see it here.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that the fast fashion is entirely the reason why we have what we are seeing here.
Yeah.
But the fast fashion waste exacerbates the already desolate ecological situation here. We meet Richard by accident. He knows the burners on the other side of the bridge and agrees to show us the settlement of Old Fadama.
When did it start looking like this here?
It's about 15 to 20 years now.
Okay.
Only the other side was very neat, small. By this side, they used to dump rubbish, toilet, waste, everything inside here.
What for you guys makes living hard here?
And the scent alone is very, 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 very bad. Yeah, the smell.
The smell of the rubbish.
Yeah.
But from everywhere here.
Yeah. It's very bad. It's very bad. Very bad.
In addition to the garbage, diseases are also a big problem. The toxic water is a breeding ground for mosquitoes and malaria, and the heavy metal pollution, for example with lead, is extremely high. Over the shaky bridge, we enter Old Fadama. The slum with around 80,000 residents is mostly connected to the electricity grid, but still has no real water supply. A private bathroom or toilet is a rare commodity for many here at home, Isaac tells me, so there are public restrooms, like that right by the bridge.
Oh, that's a nice one there. Female public toilet, the mural.
In Old Fadama, several thousand people work from and with the garbage, like the two boys here. They say they are 17 years old.
And how much you collect per day?
When things go well, maybe they can get up to 50 to 100 kilos in a day.
And will be able to get 30 Ghana cedi for this. That's the equivalent of €2 a day. Low pay for extremely hard work. You grow up fast in Old Fadama, or just a normal teenager for a few moments, when suddenly there is a table football game. We go further in the direction of what looks like a garbage mountain, where the burned out and toxic air hangs over the shacks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Here you can smell it. Like fumes from over there.
The fact that we can get so close to the workplace of the burners and collectors in Old Fadama is only possible today because of the locals like Richard. Otherwise, it's a no-go area for journalists and film crews.
This is the closest we can come.
Yeah, that's
so just not to create scene.
Sure.
So
The garbage mountain towers over the people of Old Fadama like a memorial to our global throwaway culture and the unsustainable, fast-produced fashion, which actually only served to make the producers a quick
you can
profit.
see the fabric, you can see the clothing. If you look at the gentleman holding the bed sheet or stuff.
Right.
So it is because of this that you can see the boiler piling like this.
Yeah.
You can see purely there's no sand or anything. This is just clothing and mostly, and that's how can be seen.
And this is mostly clothing here, eh?
Yeah, this is mostly clothing. And if you can see,
all the way from here.
But would you say this is all fast fashion?
Yeah, they're all imported.
This is all imported.
These are all imported. We don't deal with this fabric locally. All the way from the top here, these are all fast fashion materials.
In Old Fadama, they tell me that they are also proud of what they do, because they can recycle what is otherwise considered garbage. But even they cannot find any use for these clothes. We're back at the Kantamanto market. This is where the waste comes from. Almost everything was shipped here by sea in such bales in overseas containers.
So behind us you can see where the bales are stored. So they are between 50 and 100 kilograms, mostly imported stuff from China, the UK, Holland and elsewhere.
In 2021, Ghana was the largest importer of used clothing in the world. About 35% came from the UK, textiles valued at over $80 million. Many of these are also donations. Only a fraction is re-exported. Most of the old clothes actually stay in the country and are then resold by dealers like Michael.
Oh, it's very good business. It's very good. Before God and man, I can't lie. It's very good. Yeah, but now it's not like that. Now you open it and you get a profit like 100 cedis or 200 cedis.
He used to get around 100 euros profit per bale, Michael tells me. And the pollution, I wonder?
Do you see the pollution? Do you see the other stuff, or is that something you don't notice?
Oh, no, that one day I don't see that it causes any pollution to us. Yeah, because...
But at Old Fadama and like on the beach?
Oh, no, I don't have any idea on that.
I need some guidance here and ask my Kantamanto guide, fashion designer Elisha, about that.
So you think it's likely that they don't know where the clothes go?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They just don't know?
They don't, and I'm not sure, like, I think a lot of them don't even know where the landfill is. I went to the beach to say we wanted to swim, and for about 15 minutes we couldn't swim because the waves was just bringing in close. Like every wave brings different clothes. That was when I realized that, whoa, this is a huge problem.
And way too many items are imported, says Elisha. The market can no longer keep up with the pace. But he also says clearly, Kantamanto is not only a problem. Those on a tight budget find their outfits here. That's another reason why donations shouldn't stop.
No, the clothes you donate goes to good use. People wear it, and that is a form of giving the clothes a second life, you know. So, I mean, the problem with the landfills and the clothes in the sea and is real. I'm not going to deny that fact. But the clothes, majority of them gets put to good use.
And many jobs depend on it. In the second-hand clothing recycling chain in the capital of Ghana alone, several tens of thousands are estimated. And you can see that in Kantamanto. The market is a hotbed of resale, but also of further processing. Sewing, remodeling, selling. This is the beat of Kantamanto as well.
Kantamanto design.
And this is the teacher. He too is a wheel in the local value chain. His name actually is John Bentham, one of the over 100 ironers who put the clothes back into shape after the long journey here.
Would you show me how it works?
I should try it.
Yeah.
Okay, come.
How's he doing? Is he doing all right?
Oh yeah, I do all right.
And my appearance here is a good entertainment.
Try my best to keep up the speed, but competing with the master is almost impossible.
Follow me.
What an awesome job. which makes him at least $16 a day, and on a regular basis, some hefty burns, he says.
It's so fucking hot here, man. 95. 95, yeah. I'm coming. Hey, it's such a crazy experience. All the respect to this mister. This job is quite intense.
What an insight, spending a day at Kantamanto with the guys. But honestly, I'm really happy to be out of the hustle and bustle.
How was the market day for you? What did you shop? So how much did you pay for all of that today?
26.
So $2.
And what impressions do I take with me? The market creates thousands of jobs, is important for everyone with a tight budget, and of course a paradise for designers. But the never-ending stream of clothes also creates a huge waste problem. How can this be improved? Elisha says, in small steps. We go to his and his brother's home, where they have their studio, a little outside in Accra.
Hello there. Hi there.
Yeah, welcome to the studio.
So all of these here are Kantamanto redesigns, actually, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Everything from Kantamanto.
Elisha and his brother have received many awards for their work. They are upcyclers and activists and also give courses at schools. And they help make vintage more popular with special designs.
Yeah, this is good for nightlife or when you want to rob the place, no?
Reuse and recycle is the solution if it's up to these two.
But is there like one single fixed solution for this problem?
The easy approach will be for us to reuse them. Like the stuff they dump at the end of the day, we can go get them and transform them into something else so that it doesn't end up in the landfill.
The contribution is only a small one, of course, and they too can only upcycle quality items, not fashion trash. Still, they are working to spread the word about vintage in Accra so that even more is bought second-hand and less is thrown away. And then what? Import should be reduced and a solid waste management is important, says Isaac, the local journalist. Because the garbage problem itself needs to be solved in Ghana, which is also visible on the beach.
This is one of the popular beaches in Accra. You will realize that it's not as worrisome as you think it is because again it's not raining now and so you cannot see a lot of them wash ashore. But if we get closer, I'm sure you will see some of the clothing within what is already lying on the beach. Yeah.
The beaches are already a bit cleaner because NGOs and the Accra government are cleaning up sometimes. But when it rains, Isaac says, the piles of clothing and trash washed out into the sea from the rivers and Old Fadama pile up here again.
So even though we are talking about fast fashion and the impact, it's also about handling waste. So it's imported and people cannot even wear them and so they have to be thrown away and then we see the cycle happen. But at the core is waste management. How is a country well resourced to manage its waste? Recycle them or put them into better use so that we don't have them in the environment. Yeah.
The trash, as well as the crazy number of fashion imports, can only be solved and regulated locally with bans and initiatives. But this is also where I believe the producers, the large fashion chains, must take action. Because what they are producing is practically disposable, therefore making them jointly responsible for the situation on the ground in Ghana. Spread the word about this topic, leave a comment and support our work with a follow. And check back, of course, in 2 weeks for a new WorldWideWhat story. Thank you for watching.